Hi, I'm attorney Skip Reynolds with Skipton Law, Estate Planning and Elder Law here in Centennial, Colorado. And I'd like to talk today on today's video about estate planning. And what I mean by that is many of us have an idea of how we want our estate to flow. And in a previous video, I talked about how a predator to our estate could be our spouse because they may meet somebody new, whether they marry or not. But on this video, I want to talk about how they could be a predator to our estate even if they don't meet somebody. So the common thought for a couple, whether it's first marriage or beyond, is often that if one spouse dies, well, I'm going to leave everything to the other spouse. Whether it's because we own it jointly or I name them as a beneficiary, whatever it might be for you. But once that spouse has all of the money, they can do whatever they want with it, right? So it's their money. Well, in my previous video, I talked about, well, what if they meet somebody new? But so many people say, you know what, I'm not going to meet somebody new. I don't have any need for that. This is my love of my life, whatever their statement might be. But let's just say that they pine over their spouse's life every day. They go to the cemetery or wherever they're laid to rest. They pine over their life, and then one day they wake up and something has changed for them. They had a stroke, they had a car accident, now they're diagnosed with dementia or similar type of disease that's going to cause some kind of a lack of capacity or a long-term care event. Well, so one spouse died, all the money went to the other spouse, now it's all their money. So now what's exposed to their long-term care risk? That's right, all of the assets that the couple had together, right? Because everything slid over to the surviving spouse. And so now when they go to the nursing home at $10,000 a month, and the average here in the Denver metro area here in 2021 is between $9,000 and $10,000 per month at the nursing home level. If you're looking at assisted living, you're probably looking at $5,000 to $8,000 depending on the level of care you need. How are we going to pay for this, right? Especially after one spouse dies. So many of our clients, yes, they get their spouse's Social Security if it's more than theirs. But unless they have pensions or other sources of income, in order to live their lives, they're going to have to pull off those resources even if they're not sick. And now you throw in long-term care in the mix, and now we're spending those resources down much more quickly. So how do we protect from this? Well, if it's something that you want to protect from, you can use an estate plan. You can use your will, or you can use a trust. Where you can say, okay, at the death of the first spouse, instead of all the money sliding over to the other spouse, I'm going to take my half of the estate or a portion of the estate, and I'm going to take it through my estate plan. And I'm going to set up a trust for my surviving spouse. And my surviving spouse can potentially run it, can potentially have access to it, but I can build in a rule book to try to protect from long-term care events for that individual in the future. So I can protect what I work so hard for. But so many of us have never even considered any of these circumstances because, fortunately, I think, when we look at life, we look at all the stars aligning and doing all the right things, and nothing bad is going to happen, right? If I had $1 for how many clients have said, you know, take me out back, give me my pistol, or push me off the edge of the cliff so that I don't have to go to the nursing home or long-term care. Now, it sounds good in statements, but that's not necessarily how lives always play out. So how can we prepare for these types of events if it's something you're concerned about? Well, you got to have the right estate plan, and you got to ask yourself these types of questions. And if you're not asking these types of questions, you don't have the right plan for you, depending on how you answer. So if you like this content, you can hit the like button, or you can go to our website for other content similar to this. Or if you'd like to start enrolling in our estate planning process, we do bi-monthly workshops talking about all of these things: wills, trusts, powers of attorney, asset protection, Medicaid, long-term care events. How do we plan for all of this? If you'd like to find out more about those workshops and when they are, you can go to our website, which is skiptonlaw.com, or you can call our office at 720-440-2774, and we'll get you signed up for that free workshop. Either way, I look forward to seeing you again. Everybody have a great day.